welcome back to the United Star. And Prasham, no better way to bottle it. I guess Tuanzebe will receive a lot of racial criticism again because it's his mistake that's led to the goal. And before we start this video, I just hope all United fans do not take that route and do not blame him or do any sort of racial abuse to any player um, after this game. But Prasham, I'm going to break it down. I think the first half was brilliant. Do you want to first talk about that?
No, Vishesh. First, I want to talk about what you said. I think Twanzebe deserves, no player deserves any racial abuse, but to not blame him is also criminal. I think he's very much at fault for that goal. You come onto the pitch, what is your job? To not give away a stupid foul, just to stay there to add an extra body. I've been saying this, Vishesh, for a long time now, and this guy just keeps proving me right. He is not United material. Get Phil Jones on next time for all I care. This guy is not United first team material. I know he's 20. People keep saying he's young, he's going to develop. Man, he's 23. He's 23. That's a good enough age to have a head on your shoulder where you don't go in that minute for a tackle. It was so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. And this is not the first time he's done this. He's picked up yellow cards in almost every game he plays. It's almost like he needs to be taken away from Eric Bailly. It's like watching Eric Bailly defend. It is shocking how he doesn't have a head on his shoulders. Then the first half, Vishesh, we were up. I mean, this game, I don't understand how we managed to give Everton a point. Because let's be honest, Everton haven't taken a point, we've given it to them. First, David De Gea makes an horrendous mistake by padding it straight into Doucouré, and Doucouré scores. Second goal, okay, I will give it to them. McTominay may have lost the ball, but then eventually I think they worked it well and James got a good finish in. I'm not going to sit and talk about the second goal. And the third goal I've already spoken about. I think Twanzebe really needs to get his act right. You really cannot do these things at the top level. These 3 points, dropping these 2 points here, we've essentially gifted and sent the title to our, across the road. If City can beat Liverpool tomorrow, it's curtains, Vishesh. It's curtains for us. And it's so disappointing, Vishesh, because you rightly said that we absolutely dominated them. Forget the first half. We dominated them for most of the second half as well. Apart from the 3 goals they scored, what were the chances they had? Almost zero. There was one chance DCL had right at the stroke of halftime, and one shot I remember Luca Dean took trying to beat De Gea on his near post. There was nothing else to the game. And then again, I'm going to start about my old triad about Marcus Rashford and his finishing. It's almost like they've written it into his contract that he cannot shoot first time. He just doesn't take a shot. What is wrong with him? I don't understand. What is up with his decision making? I don't understand. Sometimes you just have to shoot. I mean, you saw Bruno Fernandes. The keeper was marginally off his line. He took a shot. It could have well sailed over the bar, but it turned out to be one of the best goals. And it was such a great goal. It was such a great day to score the goal, but we've gone and bottled it. We've absolutely gone and bottled it. And we've not bottled the game, Vishesh, we've bottled the league. Because you cannot drop points like this when they're served up to you on a platter. Everton did not turn up. We let them into the game by De Gea's mistake. And then every time we made a mistake, they hurt us. They did not create anything spectacular. They weren't fantastic. They were rubbish. And we just kept making individual errors. And kept faltering. It's almost like Oli shouldn't have made substitutions today. We keep saying, why doesn't he make them? Well, he today shouldn't have made them. Probably would never concede the free kick. We'd be winning 3 points. We'd be talking about how great Bruno's goal was, and everyone would be happy. We'd have won on the 6th of February, which would have been a great thing. And here we are, 3-all draw, and it's just disappointing, man. I'm not even annoyed because I thought we played well. But what are you going to do of playing well? It's like
I
you
think
can play well.
I read this somewhere that United are proving to be one of the best attacking teams in the league this season, but our defense is just letting us down every single game. Uh, Before we just get into anything else, Prasham, you spoke about Bruno, brilliant goal. I want to talk about, does this impact De Gea, the way he allowed Everton to enter the game? Is that because I was seeing the game towards the end, and the way Maguire gave away that foul, which almost led to an opportunity for, I mean, where he just fell on the ground while he was passing it to Lindelof, and DCL had an opportunity there. The last 10 minutes seemed very Everton dominated, and what's your take on that? I think the defense is just letting us down consistently. We've seen that we have the best goal scoring record in this league, but the defense has been abysmal to
But
say the
Vishesh,
least.
it's not just like I said, like the second goal, it was McTominay who should have done it. So in the first goal, it was De Gea's fault. In the third goal, is Twanzebe. So the four defenders who are starting week in week out are not really letting us down, in my opinion. It is. I mean, I mean, I know a lot of people are trying to blame the first and second goal on Maguire and Lindelof, but I just don't understand how you can do that if you've seen the first and second goal. Only if you have an agenda will you be able to blame it on these two guys. I don't understand how it is. But yes, you're right that the defense is leaky, and somehow someone always seems to make an error, and then the other team gets a foothold in the game, and then they grow in confidence. It's like a pattern we've seen. Paul Pogba got injured in the first half. We don't know what the situation with him is going to be like. I hope he's fit because he's looked like one of our best players. Bruno again provided a great moment, took two other very good shots, but again, he wasn't imposing his authority on the game. It's probably because people are double man marking him now. The positive sign is that Shaw and Van Bissaka are now consistently involved in the attack. So there are a lot of positives, Vishesh, but how can you dwell on them when you drop 2 points to a team who didn't do anything until we gave them sort of the mistakes and the opportunity to do it? How can you dwell on the positives at that point?
I think I agree with you. I think we had a great end to 2020. I think December was a great time, but we've just I think this squad, and I think we've had this discussion, Prasham, whenever we are at our peak or we are at an area where we can dominate, we let go. Our mentality is not there. For example, all the semi-finals we've lost. After going first on the table, our form has been horrific to say the least because we've lost to Sheffield. We've, drawn this game. We drew against Arsenal, and you see how Arsenal lost to Aston Villa. So how do we go ahead now? That would be my question, Prashant. Easy run of
I think we should
fixtures for Chelsea. Do you?
you just take one game at a time, and you just take one game at a time, man. What else are you gonna do? You just take one game at a time. This is why I kept saying you're delusional that you think we're in a title challenge, because we don't have it in us, man. We don't have it somewhere. I mean, to be very honest with you, when it was 2-2, I was very confident we were gonna get the third goal. I was very confident we were going to get the third goal. But then again, I was like, okay, we're going to get the third goal, but we have it in us to concede a third as well. And that is where the problem lies. We don't know how to kill games off. And this is where Ashford comes in as well. He could have made it 4-2, the game is over there.
Yeah,
So
I
these
think
are the small things add up. And these small things are definitely going to define who wins the league this season, because that's how fine the margin is. That's literally how fine the margin is. But that's about it, Vishesh. It's annoying because I can't pinpoint anything other. It's like, yeah.
it's individual errors, Prashant. I think we can just simplify it to that. I don't think there's anyone that you can, be like the team played badly or they didn't justify their performance. I think we're disappointed because they played well and let the results slip
And
from
yet
them.
we don't have the points to show for it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was one of those games. I think if this was a game that ended 3-2, we would call it one of the very good games of the season that we've played. But guys, that's about it. You can see the disappointment that Prasham has, that I have, and it would have been a great thing if we would have won on such a special day to us as fans. But we got to move ahead. It's West Ham in the FA Cup, so let's hope for the best there. But guys, that's about it. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.